Welcome, folks, to the British Grand Prix. Nigel Mansell has a massive confidence boost following his victory in France, and he is on pole again. Ayrton Senna is the challenger this time, and then Gerhardberger starts in third. Thierryboutsen gets his Williams in fourth, ahead of Alainprost, who is still struggling in qualifying, and that, I'm afraid, is defining his season, isn't it? It was Mansell who was struggling, but it all turned around in Mexico, and it's sort of been the same way since. And just as Ferrari get more competitive, Prost is not able to maximise it. Patrese starting behind jeanalesi's Tyrrell. You've got the two larousses in 8th and 9th, Bernard and Suzuki. They have done very well indeed. And Ivan Capelli continues his decent upper midfield form from France with getting a 10th place on the grid here. Piquet in the Benetton. Well, we know it's time for their bad race, but this is really bad. The highest one is 11th. They normally got at least one car in the top 10. Not been the case here at all. Piquet down in 11th. Nakajima split in the Benettons. And then you have Nannini in 13th. Martin Donnelly in 14th. He's done pretty well there. Mauricio Gugelmin in the second. Leighton House starts 15th. And then Derek Warwick will start from 16th place. Alex Caffey starting 17th in the footwork. So he's done quite well. Been out-qualified a lot by Alboreto this year. But this weekend he has positively outshone his teammate. Pierluigi Martini in 18th in the Minardi. Then we have Pirro and Medina in the Brabham. And then behind them it's two Ligiers. So the grid is lined up very, very well for this. We hope to see Mansell take a home victory. But the McLarens, as ever, will be very, very strong. And, you know, can Mansell ride his luck and get 2 wins in a row when his luck has been out the rest of the season? I don't know, but that win in France is certainly going to give him a boost. So it remains to be seen what's going to happen, but those of us British fans longing for Mansell will keep our fingers crossed for him. Here we go. So Mansell there, looking for the lights to go out. Senna also waiting for it. Whichever one gets the drop will get into turn 1 first. Whichever one gets the drop quickest. Mansell is away well, but Senna is away like a rocket. And Mansell is already going down. There's the pile up at the back of the field. You see Wamanadi, there's a Leighton House in there, there's a Dallara. Quite a few of them are going to be out of the race already. Mansell moves the block, Senna, and holds on to the lead as we get through Copse Corner. And now moving into Maggotts Beckett. Well, I don't know if this is Maggotts Beckett's back in 1990, but Mansell is certainly still holding on to the lead from Senna. Berger, Boutsen running wide there, and then you have the two Williams behind them. So Mansell leading, hoping for the British Grand Prix, but it is clear that the McLarens are significantly quicker, and Mansell is going to have his work cut out to win this race quite clearly, but he's clearly up for it. Prost has dropped back and Mansell is not dropping back. So Prost trying to make his own race in fourth, I think, just waiting to see what happens up ahead. He's got ahead of which Williams was it who out-qualified in Boutsen, I think. He's got ahead of Boutsen. Senna running wide, and Berger is having a look, and Berger is through pretty easily on Ayrton Senna there. Well, that's unfortunate for the Brazilian. Makes a mistake, and Berger is through, although Senna's got 12 points over Berger, so dropping 2 points behind him isn't the world's biggest loss. Mansell continuing to lead through. He's not in that championship battle at the moment, but, well, if he was to win this race and he keeps going, who's to say that he wouldn't come into it towards the end of the season? He's certainly at the moment having a bit of an impact in the championship fight. There's Prost and then Patrese and Boutsen behind, and then the two larousses are in 7th and 8th, so they're having a good race. And then you've got the two Benettons behind them. You can see the abandoned Ligier from the first lap, first corner incident. Or that was a separate incident, because remember they piled up before they even crossed the line to start the race. So, well, there's Berger having a look at Mansell. Looked quite clear, but Mansell had taken a wider line and got the acceleration much earlier than Gerhardberger, who's now got to think about Ayrton Senna again. Is Senna going to pass Berger where Berger passed him last time? He's certainly going to have a look. Well, I think Berger didn't quite pass him there, did he? I think Senna made a mistake, I think, a little bit off this corner, and then Berger took the run, a clear straight run with momentum. But Senna is trying to do the same again, but he's going to have to force Berger into losing this momentum, and Berger does not look interesting in losing his momentum at the minute, does he? Senna's the one who runs there. We'll get it out of the mouth in a minute. Senna's the one who runs wide. Bit of a tongue twister, didn't know it was. Berger still is trying it. Berger is 1 minute looking like he's going to drop behind Senna. The next minute looking like he's going to attack Mansell as he tries there. And Mansell holds it off. He's still, I think we've got three laps of this race. And Mansell is now coming up to have done 2 of them. He is 1 lap away from winning the British Grand Prix, from taking 2 victories in a row after a difficult start of the season. Mansell would absolutely love this if he can win at home. We didn't think it was going to be possible even when he took pole, because those McLarens so quick. We thought Mansell just had a superhuman moment. Well, he's having a superhuman moment in the race for sure. He's still leading it, and it doesn't look like, well, Berger's trying everything, and then again he gets tight. Well, Mansell once again, as he did before, gets the superior run and acceleration, and Berger then drops quite far behind, and Senna's now got Prost to worry about. Prost is going to try a late bid for the podium, realise that sitting back in this race isn't working, that Prost, and look at behind, there is a larrousse having a go at Boutsen, I think that's Suzuki, and Boutsen makes a mistake and slides around. Is Suzuki going to get it? He has! Wow! Did not expect to see a larrousse pass the Williams, but this is what we've got in this Grand Prix at the moment. Mansell has actually got a bit of an advantage over those 2 McLarens now. The McLarens are scrapping and they're hurting their chances of fighting for the win, and Prost is up behind. It seems as the race goes on, the Ferraris just get quicker and quicker, and Prost is going to have a look at Senna, but he slides wide. Is he going to retain position before the Williams comes? I think he is. Wow, there's only a couple of had to go and haven't really managed to make it work, but here comes Nigel Mansell to win the British Grand Prix and claim that home victory that he's so desired. What a performance from Mansell. Berger does the job he can do and gets Senna and claims a couple of points back on him after his disaster, and off in the background, that's after the flag. Suzuki, I think Boutsen has tried to move on Suzuki, and why is he trying to move after the checkered flag? I have no idea, but those 2 are off, but it is after the checkered flag, so their positions still stand. So then, the British Grand Prix, the results: Nigel Mansell wins 2 races in a row, P1 for Ferrari at home. Gerhardberger comes home second to claw back a couple of points on his teammate Ayrton Senna in the World Championship. Senna himself finishes 3rd, so good damage limitation. Just a shame for him that he made the mistake, because he was ahead of Berger. Prost in 4th, had a go at Senna's 3rd place, but Senna, as one would expect, shuts the door, and Prost slidey-widey, and yeah, had to hold on to 4th in the end. Patrese 5th in the Williams. Had he been a bit closer, he could have passed Prost after Prost got wrong-footed for Senna for the 2nd race in a row, because remember that happened in France, although of course Prost ended up ahead of Patrese for reasons that we know why, and you want to watch that French Grand Prix, because trust me, that was a cracker, especially the final lap. So Patrese in the end didn't manage to take advantage of Prost this time and finishes behind him in 5th. And Agurisuzuki, what a superhuman effort, passing thierryboutsen's Williams to take that final point in the larrousse. And larrousse were genuinely competitive here, 6th and 8th, both of them ahead of the 2 Benettons, and never challenged, never troubled by the 2 Benettons, who finished 9th and 10th. It's really, Piquet was looking like the closest challenger to McLaren in the early races, but certainly not the case now. Benetton have got a hell of a lot of work to do if they want to try to catch up and get back to the sort of performance they had in the earliest part of the season. The championship standings are thus: Senna leads it on 49 points, Berger 10 behind on 39, Prost on 26, Mansell only a point behind his teammate now on 25, Piquet on 16, still in 5th place, Boutsen on 13, Patrese on 12. The constructors, McLaren on 88, Ferrari up to 51 now, Williams 25, Benetton 18, and no other teams have scored any more than 4. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. See you soon.